Okay, so now we're gonna look at some more features that are possible within Roblox Studio. So we once again close Roblox Studio and starting a new file, we're gonna choose another template here. We're gonna look at the starting place theme. We'll choose this one, and right click will allow you to look around, and left click will allow you to choose all these different groups of items in one go. If you want to choose a particular item itself rather than choosing everything like we just did, you want to choose just this one item, all you have to do is, like we said, just left click. If you want to look around, you hold down right click and you can look around like that. And then another item is that another feature is that you can, let's say, choose an item in the Explorer window, like let's say the incomplete house, right? You click on it and it highlights that whole object on the screen, which is you can see I'm using the scroll wheel on my mouse to go in and out, right? So I'm scrolling in, and when I click on the incomplete house, it highlights all the objects that are within that incomplete house, and then I can click it to see what other items are combined together to create this incomplete house. So I can see there's a roof, there's a simple door, there's a window. As I'm clicking through each of these the items that are used to create this house are lighting up, right? Like the floor, the part. But what if I didn't know where this house was in the map, right? Like maybe let's say I'm gonna go hide behind, somewhere over here. I'm gonna look over here and like, hey, I'm looking at the Explorer window. I see an object here which is called an incomplete house. Where is it? So I click on this object, and if I want to find it, I press the F key, and it'll take me right to that object. And now I can see it. Now, once I'm looking at the object, right, I'm clicking on it. It's called the incomplete house, and it's composed of, all these different things from uh, the floor to the roof to everything that's within it, right? But let's say I want to choose just the window in this object. Like I want to choose one of the child elements that are within it, right? Like the door or the roof or the window here. When I try to click on this window, maybe I want to change the texture of the window. I want to change the material of the window. When I click on it, it's highlighting this whole object, right? The incomplete house and not the specific child element. So all I do is if I want to change this window, I hold down the Alt key. The Alt key is right to the right of the Windows button, and on the Mac system, it's called the Options key. So when I hold the Alt key down and I left click, now you can see all of a sudden I can now choose the particular objects, right, that are within that house. So rather than looking at the parent element, the group, I can now choose the sub elements or the children, the individual items that are used to group and make the entire object. And that's what holding down the Alt key allows you to do. So let's say I want to find this part. I don't know where this part is on the map, right? I just press the F key and it's highlighted that it's this little wooden frame. That's the object, right? So that's what the Alt key allows you to do. And that's a feature that we're going to be using constantly to make changes to different objects within the game, right? So let's say I want to choose this table, right? I'm clicking this table, but this table is made up of other smaller items grouped together. What are those items? There's all these little parts, and as you can see, what are these little parts that the table is made of, right? When I click on the table, you can see the table selected. It's each of these like little um, wooden pieces that are highlighted that are combined together to make that table, right? So when I click on the table, this whole table is selected, but now I hold down the Alt key and you can see the individual child elements that are grouped together to make that tabled object are now something I can select. So that's it. Let's see you in the next video.